Welcome to Facebook for the Blind, your look at the downfall of Western civilization through the best memes we can find each week. Ladies and gentlemen, both and neither, welcome to that time of the week we like to celebrate Facebook for the Blind, a show for the visually and Facebook impaired. My name is Eric Sizemore, your humble host, and I am joined by my beautiful co-host, Quiet Michael LeBune.
Eric's wearing a hat, everybody.
And from Thomasboro, I'm talking about Andrew TD.
Hello, people.
And we're also getting a dial in from the left coast. That's right. I'm talking about brain damage.
Yeah! I think that didn't look as enthusiastic as I thought it would. That just looked like I was giving my computer a head.
It was kind of scary. It was scary.
It went along with the Quiet Riot theme. I liked it. And these normally otherwise nice boys are going to have some very, very funny memes for you. But first, a patented, trademark, copyrighted, absolutely essential part of every show. You know it. You love it. You know I'm talking about the depressing news.
Boo! Boo!
Yep, more depressing, more news, all kinds of fun stuff. So let's start off with something lighthearted. Snoop Dogg shares a badass photo after he got to carry the Olympic torch.
Oh, yes.
I thought this was fantabulous. Also, lots of these memes going around. Which I believe is actually from History of the World Part 1, but Fabo. Snoop Dogg to carry the Olympic torch to the opening ceremony. A lot of people talking about the Trump ear wound, and a lot of people figuring out that the only person that actually saw it or talked about it was Dr. Feelgood. Dr. Ronnie Jackson. You remember Dr. Feelgood? Did you guys hear the stories about him running that pill mill out of the White House? Handing out Vicodin and Adderall like candy.
Damn it. I missed all the fun.
I know. If only you'd been on Air Force One. Could have gotten hooked up. Anyway, the crazy part is that a lot of people are saying that, Ronnie said there was a 2-centimeter wound on his ear, but you know what? He was spotted getting into an airplane with a telephoto lens, and they were just like, that has miraculously completely healed, which I find hilarious. And as you know, Michael, when you're raised like we are, anytime a leader has a miraculously healing head wound that people keep saying the word miraculous about, it pricks up your ears.
Yeah.
So Biden has laid out a plan for the Supreme Court reforms, saying extreme options have undermined confidence. So these extreme people in the Supreme Court are doing that. And a lot of people were asking me, well, what does that mean? I was like, what it freaking means is that went from being a radical idea to being a moderate idea in one fucking speech. It is now the plan. We need to pack the court. I heard one today. This is what I'm going for. 3 panels of 9, and they can only stay there for 18 years max. I was like, because there's so many. Who's asking a question?
I was just saying, I don't hate it.
I know, right? I'm just saying, they say that there's so much business that needs to be done, that we need a ton of people. And they're like, even corporate America could like this. So I think that's pretty fun. Oh, hey, Harris for president sent out a press release. Happy World IVF Day to everyone, except JD Vance. So, happy IVF to all people who celebrate. JD Vance has been trying to distance himself from Project 2025, but he wrote the foreword for the new book, which is still coming out. So that's kind of funny when you got stuff in the pipeline and just shoot yourself in the foot months ahead of time. Freaking brilliant. Hey, the Palestinians were in the Olympics. How cool is that? First time. Here we see 24-year-old swimmer Valerie Tarazi, whose family is originally from Gaza. Top medalist at the 2023 Arab Games, and 20-year-old Wassim Abu Sal from Ramallah, the first Palestinian boxer to ever compete at the Olympics. And that gives me a smidgen of hope, lessens my depression. One of the best things about the whole couch fucker story going around about JD Vance is Doug Henwood says there's a great story about LBJ, which may or may not be true, that LBJ called a rival or opponent a pig fucker. Aide says, well, we have no proof of that. And LBJ responded, yeah, but we can make them deny it.
Actually, I think the direct quote was, let's make that son of a bitch deny it.
I am loving it.
I can see it.
If this had been a normal democracy anywhere else in the world, the following story would have been a big deal. Trump told Christians they won't have to vote again after the 2024 election, that they'll have fixed it. He said it twice to make it clear. We'll have it fixed so good, you're not going to have to vote. We're going to fix it. We're going to fix the vote. And again, that's authoritarian Nazi talk right there. And I'm freaked out, and it should be all over the news. But the news is completely filled with U.S. and world leaders denouncing the Paris Olympics opening ceremonies, mocking of the Last Supper, according to Fox News. So crazy, man. And then the the French Catholics, the French Bishops' Conference, and I don't understand who they are, or why they're relevant, but they came out. And they were also, talking about this is blaspheming. House Speaker Mike Johnson said it was a mockery of the Last Supper. So all of these leaders, are all saying that this was happening. And the story that I loved, the headline from, said, why are Andrew Tate, or as I like to call him, Andrew Taint, and the French Cardinals going on about this? Oh, that's right. Because they're fading influencers, and they just need to gin up outrage against something. You know what I mean? No one's paying attention to them. No one was talking about them, so let's get angry at something. It was a bunch of crazy stuff. It was just a crazy. I mean, when I looked at the images, I was like, oh, it's France. I mean, I didn't think another thing about it. I think it's France. Friend of the show, Brent Terhune in Asheville, in his car, did a perfect rendition of the snowflake response flipping out. They made fun of the Last Supper, and then showing all kinds of other things. He's like, he's surrounded by all of these people that Jesus told me to love and respect. And there was a lot of imagery that they didn't get angry about. Just disrespectful to take something sacred and mock it like they did. We've all seen the millions of pictures of Trump Jesus. And then they had this Marie Antoinette with her head cut off, holding her head and singing. And he says, you had this beheaded woman while my kids were watching. I just want to say, have you talked to your kids about guillotines? Because you should. Brought to you by Pink Guillotines. Pink Guillotines, LLC. The only source for your corporate fleet guillotine rentals. We do bar mitzvahs and corporate parties, children's birthdays. Pink Guillotine. Yeah. Wholly owned subsidiary, Facebook for the Blind, blah, 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 blah. Or it might be a 503c(b). Or actually, it might be a church. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. This is another one. Just said, everyone was all crowded around this table where this blue guy is up there, man. Matt Mason, Ministry of Memes, summed it up with, gonna tell my kids this was Jesus of Nazareth. Because that is what they said. And I was like, what part of this reminds you of that story? They were like, it looks like the 12 apostles at the Last Supper. I was like, there's 20 drag queens on that stage and a blue guy. I'm not seeing it. You people are high. Hey, meanwhile, some good news. Wolverine and Deadpool is #1 movie in the world. Here we see Wolverine relaxed with the picture. Says #1 movie in the world.
Love it.
Catholic leader, you got it. Yeah, there's a lot of people freaking out. Hey, this is the weird one. This is my post with the most in the news segment. This is a picture of JD Vance, who's the vice presidential pick of Donald Trump, at his Hindi wedding in India, and it's captioned "The Bollywood Hillbilly." Bollywood Hillbillies, because he is a shape-shifting atheist that became a Catholic when he entered politics. And as far as I'm concerned, I think he's associated with the Dominionists, and those people ain't Christians.
Yeah.
So screw you, JD Vance. Anyway, that was like my most popular. Everyone really liked that. I guess. Hey, we saw that Joe Biden is talking about Supreme Court reform, and the best sign that it's a good idea is that Leonard Leo of the Federalist Society, who has handpicked all these conservative yahoos who are messing up our country, has said that the Biden-Harris efforts to radically overhaul the Supreme Court could backfire. And I think you know what that means, guys. We got to do this. This is gonna work. Got to do it. It scares them, and that's the good part. Hey, it was the since last week, hottest day on record, hottest day ever on Earth again, people. Woo!
We did it.
Tell
We're
me.
number one.
Dude. I don't know how long we can keep this string going, but I got a good feeling about this. I think we might.
Until it's over.
We're on a hot streak.
Yeah, I think we might be going.
Until we burn
state.
up.
Yeah. Hey, I also want to let you know that, let's see, Scientific American reported that the first cocaine sharks have been discovered off Brazil. Man, and if this is half as much fun as Cocaine Bear or Meth Gator, I'm looking forward to it, man. Keep your eyes peeled. Cocaine sharks.
I'm waiting for Cocaine Bear versus Cocaine Shark. It's got to happen.
Dude, this is the mashup we need. In our heartwarming animal story, oh, wait, am I handing it to you, Michael?
Yeah.
Boom. Now to a new segment. We're calling Minimum Rage. Minimum Rage on the news with Facebook for the Blind with your host, Michael LeBune.
That's right. First up for Minimum Rage. I just have one thing to share here. It's pretty simple. And it comes to us from friend of the show and friend of mine, Mason Meninga.
Hey, Mason.
Here, he says, evangelicals, quote, the Olympics mocked Christianity, end quote. Also, evangelicals, and there's a picture of Donald Trump with a white Jesus standing behind him with his hands on his shoulders. I just want to say this week has been especially triggering for me. It's been triggered my outrage, I would say. The thing about this is that, first of all, it had fuck all to do with the Lord's Supper or the Last Supper. Nothing to do with it whatsoever. It was a Dionysius, but whatever. Secondly, which makes sense though, because the Olympics started in Greece. Okay, fuck.
Yep.
But secondly, even if it was, which it wasn't, but even if it was, it would pale in comparison to the full-blown naked idolatry and worship of this billionaire politician that we have seen now for 8 long years.
Is he a golden calf in any way to you, sir?
Full absolute. He's a golden toilet that they worship. The fact of the matter is, this is they don't even worship Jesus anymore. This worship, you cannot worship two gods at the same time. So their God is Donald Trump. It is who they bend their knee to. And then they're mad because the Olympics emulated Dionysius that reminded them of the Lord's Supper that Donald Trump wasn't even at. So my question is, why are you mad?
Yeah.
Why are you even mad? And that's it for this week's Minimum Rage.
Well done, sir. Well done, sir.
Thank you, Eric.
I love it. I love it. Closing out with yet another heartwarming animal story, because that's how we do it here on Facebook's The Blind. In Australia, when it gets very hot, the nectar in some flowers ferments and turns into alcohol. The bees get drunk from the nectar and are not allowed back in the hive. Guard beads keep them out to prevent them from making nectar into alcoholic honey. Like party pooping bees. That's what I'm talking.
Shit.
It's your heartwarming animal story from Facebook for the Blind. Wrapping up the depressing news for July 30th, 2024, and episode 169. Nice.
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 Handed it over to Michael for a nice long round.
Round one.
Here comes a big long round one, Eric. Kicking it off with Step Bro Steve. Step Bro Steve is someone we know. He's from the neighborhood. We
Hey,
do not
Steve.
call him friend in mixed company. I just want to say this was an AP fact check. Step Bro Steve is shared here. It's an AP fact check, and it turns out no. The JD in JD Vance does not stand for Jorkin de Penis. So let's just get rid of those rumors, everybody. Spread the word. It does not stand for Jorkin to penis. The Hard Times News, friend of the show, the Hard Times News. Listen, if you're not following the Hard Times News, like, you're missing out on some hard times.
Big time.
Here we have a picture of a few guys standing around outside of a regular ass house at a looks like a kind of a normal party. And it says lighter doubling as bottle opener, also tripling as man's only party trick. Human Bidenome Project Coordinator at forever_Wario has this picture of John Lennon in jorts on a bike with a basket. And it says, John Lennon looks like he would have been the most toxic roommate in history. I don't know. He looks like his music sucks. Maz at Maz on Twit. They are retweeting my name is AB Team, who says, hot take, water is a lame ass drink. Maz retweets that with a picture of a kidney stone saying, I agree. Oh, the Hard Times is back with a strong showing in round one. The Hard Times News, the hardtimes.net opinion. My mom says you're not allowed to make fun of me for being a libertarian anymore. I got about 4 more. Trash Can Paul, friend of the show, Trash Can Paul, keeping it classy. Trash can. It's got a picture of a guy here with a backpack on and khaki chinos and black high tops and a hood and a black hoodie that's tied all the way up to his neck, and he's got a bowl cut haircut. And it says, "If I bet was a person," and I don't know. Just imagine the person in your life who says, "I bet," and that's who's in this picture. XD at Xavier Delille says, "What did Paris do with all the rats?" Colo says, "Who do you think is cooking for all the athletes?"
Here, here.
Oh.
It's a Ratatouille joke there, everybody.
Lovely.
2 more, I think. Mary Kate and Ashley take the cake at Stu. Has a picture of must be from the Olympic opening or something, and there's like it looks like smoke bombs or something, and over a famous bridge, I'm guessing, and there's the colors of the French flag in the smoke that they've done. It says, "Heartbreaking gender reveal, French."
Oh no!
Real letdown for everybody.
Oh no!
Last up, we have at Powlag_P, who says, "Imagine making it to the surfing Olympics, only to get fucked up by a wave and end up face down, ass up on TV." And when we scroll down, we see
Oh no!
Oh my God!
this guy.
Dude, that location is called like the Bay of Skulls.
He got thrashed by a wave that took his trunks off. And
we've all been there.
Just
in front of an international audience. He's face in the water, ass in the air. And that's all I got for round one. Kicking it over to brain damage.
Well done.
I would never put a man's ass in your face before I hand it off to you, TD. No matter what little things I've done.
Brain.
Now I'm feeling the heat of this whole family thing.
I love you, brother.
I love you all.
We all have our motivations.
Oh my God.
It was like 2 weeks ago, I mentioned TD's toes, and he's like, "I love you." And then from there, it just got brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
All right, we're going to start off the wholesome round with offthemark.com. We got a couple going. We can have Oscar the Grouch sitting in his therapist's office. I'm not sure. Eric, do you have a good Oscar the Grouch? I don't. If you don't, I'll just read it.
I mean, I can do a pretty good Grouch.
Yeah, it's all right. Let's do it.
He's in his trash can on the analyst couch saying, "I'm not a hoarder. I throw away a lot of things, and where do you think they end up?"
Right in the house. Off the mark, going at it again. we've got Cookie Monster, and he's looking at a computer that says empty trash. And Oscar the Grouch is looking at his computer that says delete cookies, and they're both looking at each other's computer going, no!
No.
God, I hate how funny that is.
Right. Here we're going to transition to Scott Metzger comics, and here we have Snuffleupagus and Cookie Monster chilling at a diner, and the window behind them, it's backwards, it says Sesame Street Diner. Snuffy's got a book with Big Bird's face on it. It says My Life on the Street by Big Bird. And Snuffy reads, during the 80s, his paychecks went right up his trunk. They should have called him Sniffy.
Damn.
The Cookie Master says, oh, he threw you on the bus. Oh, man, they just ruin the childhood all the time. They do. We'll go to Scott Hilburn. And here we have a gigantic thumb toe that is also a person, and it has a feather tip pen with a little lamp, and it is writing a memoir that says, hang now, said I, thing of evil, makes me so, quoth the Clippers, nevermore. And it says, Edgar Allan Poe, Edgar Allan Poe.
My God.
No, I do not approve. How fucking dare you?
Let's go Bizarro. Let's go Bizarro. We have a fisherman, and at the end of his fishing pole, he has I don't know if that's the swamp thing, the fish man. What do we call this guy?
The creature from the Black Lagoon.
There we go. See, I know TD knows all the stuff, and then that guy just tells the fisherman, "I gotta hand it to you, dude. That's one realistic lure."
Oh my God!
And we see the blueberry pie in the right hand corner there. I can't zoom in. I remember when Michael pointed that out, and now I always got to find him. And here we have him again. Bizarro has Superman holding up a jet plane with his right hand and has a pigeon or a seagull on his left arm, and he's looking at a crowd of people, and he's like, seriously? You can't see the difference? The bird. It's a plane. I can't find that blueberry pie in this one. I really cannot. I don't know. Do you see it? Dummy. Maybe they're not in all of them.
In the cockpit.
The cockpit's
It's
not
either
visible.
hidden in the cape or the skirt. But anyway, move on.
We're moving on. Oh no, I passed too many. I got too excited. So we're gonna do this one in between, I guess.
All right.
This one is today's comics. And here we have a orange T-Rex. I like him. He's orange. He's not usually depicted as orange. Orange is my favorite color, by the way.
Nice.
And he's looking up surprised and very saddened to see his world is coming to an end by the giant meteor that killed off the dinosaurs, which also has orange fireball behind it, may I point out. And Mr. T-Rex is just holding his two fingers out and just saying out loud like, scissors. The rock. It will not. And then we'll go over here. So I think these last two came from a page called Find It Funny or Find It Offensive. And this one we have a 2-panel, and this guy is looking at his computer. It says, prove you're not a robot. He's clicking, I'm not a robot. The computer's like, yo, this you? And it has a picture of him doing the robot. And he says, I can explain. It was the 80s. Everybody did a robot dance.
It's true.
This you? I think this is the last one. And it has two guys. One's yelling at another one. He's at customer service, and customer service is telling him, I don't think you even know what a hard drive is. And the customer is saying, I've driven across the country with my wife, 3 kids and a dog. I know what a hard drive is. And yep, back to Superman. So that was for sure my last one. Handing it off to you, TD.
Dude, that sounds like my dad.
You know what a hard drive is. At least I don't put an ass in your face.
It sounds like a conversation I had with my dad one time when I told him I needed a router. Oh.
You guys, all I'm gonna say is you all bring this upon yourself. Hello, folks. We're once again after the popularity of last week, we will not be doing TD's Often Imitated, Never Duplicated Short Round 1. We will be doing TD's political commentary and Olympic update.
Oh my God.
I got your Olympic update
Topical,
right here,
baby.
TD.
What's up?
Said I got your Olympic update right here.
Look, he's hijacking. So funny.
Right back to it, huh? I see how y'all do.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah, they like to torture me, Brain.
Michael, we've broken him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right, first off, from Rogers NAF, it says, I wonder if Vladimir Futon is worried about his fans finding out about that one night stand. And it's a picture of JD Couch Humper, and it says, I did not have sexual relations with that couch.
Oh my God. That's like political two ways.
Yeah. I told you I'm broken. Moving on.
Deep cut, deep cut.
The times have changed me. Annie, new friend of the show, Annie at Annie for Truth, just says Don old.
Which is a great nickname, and I can't believe they didn't do that before.
No shit. Moving on. Memes every day. Friend of the show has got Mr. Wonderful, one spelled like the number. It says the rest of the world is watching America like America watched Tiger King.
That's tight. It's
Tight
tight.
joke. Tight joke. Moving on. Okay. Jason Jester, friend of the show, friend of the universe, friend of you and me.
Hey.
He reposed from John Corbett. It says, sucks to be you this morning. And it's a Let's Go Brandon store now with a Spirit Halloween sign hanging from it.
Nice.
Coming soon.
I think I mentally predicted there would be a lot of these.
Oh, yeah. Friend of the show, WWF Old School, post a picture that says Stone Cold Steve Austin has stunned all three of these people. And it's dry banana peel on steroids, Hulk Hogan, the tangerine tornado, the orange skin Fuhrer with the maxi pad on his face, Donald Trump, and one of his political business advisors and wife of Vincent K. McMahon, Linda McMahon. Stone Cold has stunned all three of them. Okay, moving on. I thought Michael might chip in on that one. Once again, Annie for
That's
okay. Once again, Annie for Truth says Trump's platform. It's a picture of dipshit Trump. Says promise everything, deliver nothing, blame someone else.
Yeah.
Did I about sum up his entire political platform?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
how you do it.
Okay,
This
next
is the
up.
way.
Yes, this is the way. Next up, moving on from politics into the Olympic update.
Woo!
Friend of the show, friend of every fucking buddy.
Patron
Snoop
saint
Dogg.
of the show. Let's
Yes,
be honest.
Snoop Dogg, thanks for the brownies, brother.
Oh my God. So good.
Yeah, he said did something today. Hashtag follow the dog. And it's a picture of him and a comment from AC Tatum. And it's Snoop Dogg with the Olympic torch. Says this man might have completed the most side missions in human history. Snoop Dogg is going to go with 100% completion rate when he goes to where he's going.
So funny.
Next up, Hail the Villains, new friend of the show, also has a picture of Snoop Dogg holding the torch up high and kind of like, oh,
Beckoning. Sort of beckoning. As TD seems to have frozen. Is everything frozen?
He might have just fallen asleep.
Does he fall asleep in the... Oh, no, he's awake.
Wake up, TD.
what?
You glitched out. You glitched out.
Oh yeah, my power went out for a second.
Fucking
But yeah. Okay, anyway, yeah. Snoop's holding this torch. It looks like Snoop Dogg's holding the torch. It looks like a joint. And he looks like he's enjoying the shit out of it, basically. And yeah. God damn it, I was riffing. All right, moving on.
Dude, your pagan ritual that you were doing for this meme like knocked your power out.
It's
Satan.
something, bro.
Hail Satan.
Yeah, we'll get there. Moving on. Stick Vet, acquaintance of the show,
Hey.
has a picture of this judo guy lying in pain. And what happened was in today's Olympic judo competition, Nurali Elamali from Tajikistan refused to shake hands with the Israeli competitor Branch Shmelev and shouted "Aloha snack bar" instead.
Oh.
Shortly after, he was crying with a dislocated shoulder. That's
Oh.
instant. That's instant karma. And Stickfist says, "L'chaim, goat fucker." A little harsh, but message received. All right.
Kind of all kinds of racist happening
Yeah.
there.
A little bit. Joseph Spillers, friend of the show, repost this meme here that says American Christians, whenever a 3,000-year-old ancient Grecian competition comprised of athletes from 184 countries practicing approximately 10,000 religions has an opening ceremony that isn't specifically catered to them. And it's Michael Jordan with his hands out going, and I took that personally.
Yeah.
All right.
Tight.
Moving on once again. Friend of the show, Chandler Schmidt, post from Daniel Guerrera. Says, I'm gonna leave this right here. If the shoe fits, let the truth sting. Christians, we were offended by that the Paris Olympics recreated Last Supper. Also Christians. It's Michael's picture of Trump with white Jesus. There's another picture of Trump with white Jesus. There's a picture of Trump as white Jesus, and another picture of Trump as white Jesus. What?
Yup. There's a whole lot of hypocrisy going around.
Idolatry and hypocrisy. I wasn't correcting you. I was just adding to it.
Oh, still
Okay.
up?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, cool. And then finally, mercifully, for fuck's sakes, the last one I got in the political commentary and fucking Olympic update. Good Lord. Some dumbass named Andrew Chidi, I posted this a few years ago. It says, you're telling me none of the skateboarders tested positive for weed at the Olympics? And it's a little side-eye kid looking at the lady.
That seems like a hoax.
Not one.
That's
Not
crazy.
one. And that's all I got for the political commentary Olympic update, formerly known as the short round one. Over to you, Sizemore.
Do they still test him after Michael Phelps? I mean, because I think they'd all test positive after Michael Phelps. I mean, that's just my...
Well, to Michael Phelps and some of the snowboarders from back in the day, yeah, you would think they just would give it up.
Yeah, well, you know, because I think if I was a competitive Michael Phelpsian-esque swimmer, I would be like, I think I need to test positive for some of that Michael Phelps, you know, go juice. That's my theory. I don't know. Anyway, another thing we didn't touch on was that JD Vance said that anybody that voted for Kamala Harris was like what do you call it? A childless cat lady. That's what he fucking said. Yeah. So tons of people were posting all kinds of fabulous pictures of women with cats. This is Wonder Woman with her lasso of truth glowing in the background, riding 2 tigers in her battle armor and just looking badass all around. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm in the political stuff on Facebook mostly for the art. I don't know if you guys know that, but that's what I show up for. This is from friend of the show, Dinatra, making her first appearance in the show with, today was the Mondayest Thursday that has ever been mistaken for a Friday in the history of Wednesdays.
Oh, God.
And I'll tell you what, baby, I feel that one.
Yeah.
Not just me. Not just me. Here from new friend of the show, Grumpy Fucker's Coffee Stop, Lena Causeway Schmoke has a picture of Beetlejuice with his eyes really wide saying, welcome to night shift, where every day is Monday, today is yesterday, but tomorrow is today.
Oh, God.
Now you know how I feel all the time. Slate at Please Be Nice, GNEISS, which is clever, has a conversation between Jeff Bezos and his therapist. Jeff Bezos, I don't like it when people say I look like an alien. Therapist, why did you exploit? You did exploit Earth's resources. Bezos, so that I could build my spaceship.
Yeah.
Therapist, dead quiet. Bezos licks eyeball. There's a nice romantic Renaissance painting of a woman giving you the side eye, and it says, I hate when people say bite me and then act all surprised. From Puns for All and All for Puns, Puns and Wit. Here we have Peachy Black Girl with a 0 for the I. Peachy Black Girl. It says, we really living in the most difficult section of someone's AP Gov exam in 2053.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Shut
no.
up. Shut up.
What's happening? Friend of the show and founding zaddy, George H. Cruikshank,
No,
I take
stop.
you.
No.
has a post from Raging Mustache by Ben Riddle that says, inside you there are 2 wolves. Inside Mozart, there were like 11 or 12. That's why they called him Wolfgang.
I hate you.
Artemis at Raging Mustache posts the line "Fish fear me," interestingly, is 2/3 composed of the very small set of English words that you can monger. Carrie Keller commented that if cheese also fears you, then the set will be complete. And I said, fish cheese fears me.
Ew.
She posted a bag of goldfish, and I put fat bastard up there saying, "Get in my belly." Hey, just a quick reminder from Midwest versus Everybody at Midwest Earn Up. If you or someone you know had this experience, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Big sign here says, "You think you can hurt my feelings? I used to hold the flashlight for my dad."
Uh-huh.
That's real.
No,
Point it out what I'm working on, not at me. Put it where. CNBC reports Jim Cramer says Boeing will run out of money if it is not saved. Julia Eihoff says, well, maybe Boeing should have thought of that before having all of that avocado toast.
Oh, my.
Rebecca Spake has reposted Trev Lewis that says, the name Ruth's Chris Steakhouse pisses me off so much.
I mean,
dude, seriously, it's not just me. Somebody made a meme. All right, don't share my anger. I'm fine. Clarity Sanderson, new friend of the show, has a post from Kendall Brown at Kendally Brown that says, some boomer shared a super sexist anti-Kamala meme in my town's local Facebook group, and his ex-wife just hopped into the comments with, this is why I divorced you, Bob.
yes. Yes.
Got 3-4 more here. Friend of the show, Christine Sean Buckley Young posted, my high school had a smoking area with a picture of some high school kids back in the 70s smoking on the lawn. And I was like, my junior high let us smoke in class. Hey, TD, would you read this one? It's a New Yorker cartoon. We got a woman and a man on a date. Speaking, the woman is addressing the waiter. This is a post from Craig Smith.
Okay. Zoom in here. Hold on. I need to zoom in. There we go. Oh. And how is the next night? How is the next night? Eating cold in the dark, directly out of the tinfoil, while standing over the kitchen sink.
That's
Because yes, every damn day.
That's really sad.
Yeah, I feel this. Oh yeah, no, this is when I was single.
This one's here from William Henry and Puns for All and All for Puns. Picked up a hitchhiker, seemed like a nice guy. After a few miles, he asked me if I wasn't afraid that he might be a serial killer. I told him the odds of 2 serial killers being in the same car were extremely unlikely. And finally, let's just end with something beautiful. With all the negativity seen now, here's a photo of a beautiful sunset. And we see here a horse. And it's a beautiful twilight background scene.
The tip of that horse's penis looks like it's,
you can't not do the payoff.
lit up. It's like glowing.
Oh my God! I didn't even notice that. That has been my wholesome round 1. Handing it back to you, Michael.
Thank you, Eric. Kicking off round 2, the irrelevant round. This time it's a little bit of a throwback. I think you guys will get the reference, but breaking.
Oh.
Robert Downey Jr. is returning to the MCU as Black Panther.
Oh,
Trash Can Paul is back. This time retweeting Callum Asplin, who says, wow, if you look closely, you can see that the Olympics is actually set in the same cinematic universe as Ratatouille. And,
Oh God.
it's yeah, they both have the Eiffel Tower.
We're not gonna make it.
Here's one from Cheemsits. There's a picture of a dog dressed as Julius Caesar, and it just says, "Invents a salad, dies." All right, I had to share this one. It's so good. Vivek Ramaswamy, who I still don't really know who he is. I think he's just like a billionaire guy who ran for president, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, he says this whole "they're weird" argument from the Democrats is dumb and juvenile. This is a presidential election, not a high school prom queen contest. It's also a tad ironic coming from the party that preaches diversity and inclusion. Win on policy if you can, but cut the crap, please. And friend of the show, absolute just Twitter legend, Derek Guy at Die Workwear. He just retweets a picture of Vivek Ramaswamy and just says "big ass shoes," and then zooms in on his shoes. This man is wearing shoes that are at least 3 sizes too big.
Oh yeah.
But the real reason I screen grabbed this is because Vivek's post had 54,000 likes. Derek's had 111,000 likes.
Oh my.
Step Bro Steve is back. We're neutral about that. He says, just a picture of that worm. What's this from? Tremors? Like the Tremors worm thing, kind of? Or is this a Dune worm?
Yeah.
It is from something else. I don't know, but it ain't from Tremors.
Some kind of sci-fi Doom worm with a human face. And it just says, "Me on Jupiter, having achieved the state of more stupider." This is from the Chive, friend of the show, the Chive. Just fucking follow him. It's a picture of a man with absolutely massive calves.
Ooh, yeah.
And it says, "I can't explain it, but these are the calves of every fat man in the Great Lakes region, and we all know it."
Not wrong.
This is so fucking true. Next up, it says, "Me. Why does no one ever invite me out? Also me." And then it's like a classic painting, and one guy says, "Want to hang out this weekend?" And the other guy is labeled generic excuse. And the first guy says, "Did you just say generic excuse?" I think I have one more for this round. My last meme for this round is Willie Nelson.
Hey.
Picture of Willie just looking like the legend he is. It says, "I think youngsters need to start thinking about what kind of world they are going to leave for me and Keith Richards."
God damn, I love him.
And that's it for round 2. The irrelevant round, back to brain damage.
All right, let's start it off. We're back to find it funny or find it offensive. And here we have the meme with Leo and Django holding the fancy drink with his fancy fingers and his fancy smirk. And it says, "Why do loan places get so mad when you don't pay them back? You knew I was broke when I came in here."
Got a point.
Like, for real though, you know? There's a few of these just for me. Pole MMA puts up a picture of Shavkat Ramonov, and over this weekend, the UFC was taken over by one Bilal Muhammad. Respect to him and his fighting skills, but they are boring as fuck. And this is the only guy that's gonna save us from this dude just dominating the thing. And it says, "Shavkat, we beg you, please save us from this misery." But the problem is he's ranked like 7th, so he's got to have like 4 title defenses before we get to it. Boom Bap Nation posted Fonty at Fontigallo. When I was a kid, I'd listen to Kane and Rakim and think, man, I'll never be this good. Kids today hear most hip hop and think, shit, I can do that. And truthfully, they can. So this is depressingly funny, okay? Because, you know, sometimes you just got to tell the truth and move along. And this one makes me happy because it says presidents are temporary, Wu-Tang is forever. And it is definitely a presidential campaign thing in the ground. And A lot of people don't know that Redman is the 11th member of Wu-Tang, like officially, kind of, and he actually started a marijuana party. That is an official party, and that's what I'm a part of.
I agree with their platform.
And here we have the Real Frisco page posted, I got a license, but I don't, and it has an H and an avocado. I don't have avocado. Moving along, we got Hoodville at Hoodville. Says, selling your PlayStation is the hood version of filing for bankruptcy, and I feel called fuck out. Fuck you, Hoodville. Fuck you. Here we have a cartoon of GoComics.com, and it is Satan, and it says
Hail Satan.
Satan. Yep. And there's a girl with a spider, and she says, I would like some curds and whey, please. And Satan says, there's no way in the hell.
Oh, come on.
Speaking of way, here we have Off the Mark, and we've got Dorothy, the Lion, the Tin Man. Oh, where's Scarecrow? He's all in the Lion's fat ass face. But Dorothy's as well, and she says, Dr. Oz said to eat more whole wheat. And Tin Man is like, I don't think that's what the whole wheat was. I love the groan. This was the last one for me. And here we have a cartoon from, I have to read this one again because this was not familiar to me. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, it's over here. It says thedailydrawing.com. All right, and here we have a bunch of hairs, a couple of brown, a couple of gray. And I was going to say, fellas, we're going to need all the teamwork on this, but it's just going to take too long, so fuck it, I'm just going to do it. Unless you guys are ready, you want to participate?
Go.
I thought we were going to form Voltron. See how they break my heart, Eric? Just
I'm in.
I'm down for Voltron. You didn't put it that way. You should have just said Voltron to begin with.
Let's go, Brain. Do the first one. I'll go second.
That was it. I had to reel you in, and then once you guys denied me, then I bring a Voltron. I'm like, I got to get them in their nerd brain, and that's when they'll join in. All right, so we're going to go in order of the rotation. So, Michael, you're up first.
All right. This place is getting old. I'm going to head out.
I hear the ears are nice.
Nah, the back is where it's at.
Nose party.
And it says the great midlife hair migration.
Oh, my God.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, God.
Thanks, guys.
I feel
It's gross, but it's true.
Thanks, guys. Passing it off to you, TD.
I want to thank you all, too, because if it was not for this show, I am not sure that I would trim my nose hairs.
That's why I have the mustache, brother.
Just
all right.
It just blends in together.
Hey.
Huh?
Yeah.
TD
Hey, let's
have
do
a
it.
beard. It's just his nose hair.
It's all my nose hair. But hey, let's do that thing I do called round 2, the inebriated round. Place your bets.
Boom.
Right. Friend of the show and my cousin Brad Miller says tater tots have therapeutic properties. Changed my mind. My cousin Brad is a philosopher at heart. Moving on.
Dude, those tots are the space of $3.
Diane's on mute, but she definitely agrees with that one.
Yep.
Some dumbass named Andrew T. posted this a couple years ago. Says gas price is too high. I'm driving my new Toyota.
He's frozen up again. But we see that the man is.
No! What?
I see him moving. We just can't hear him.
Oh, and then he flaked again. Is that last Hail Satan? That's what did it.
Anyway, Toyota Corolla, dude riding a cow, ruined my joke. Moving the fuck on.
Dude, that was funny. Did your power go out again?
Yeah, no. I don't know what happened. Samantha Sam Wiedemann, friend of the show, and mine, posted this picture of is a therapist. You should get a therapy dog. Me, sharing problems to my therapy dog. Therapy dog. And this dog is not having a good day. This pupper has seen some shit and heard some shit.
Thinks he hears.
And it looks like one of my old dogs, which makes it even scarier.
You might be hearing something right now. What's that? What is that?
Right. All right, moving on. New friend of the show, Otter News.
Hey, Otter.
Says, I don't think it works like that, Steve. And it's a picture of Steve the otter with his little name tag on, his tie, sitting at his desk with a bunch of papers on a computer and his little coffee mug that says, I love fish. And it says, Steve's keyboard must be broken. He keeps hitting the escape key, but he's still at work. I fucking feel you, Steve.
Yeah.
Keep trying.
I feel you.
I've hit it during this show, and I like this show.
Yeah. Right? Acquaintance of the show, U.S. Army, what the fuck moments. Posts this picture, says, I waited all my life for this moment, and it is a chicken crossing the street.
But why?
It's happened. But why, though? But why?
Where's a philosopher when I need one?
Right. Why are you doing it, homie? Friend of mine, definitely. I'm marijuanaed right now and have no idea what's going on.
Hey, buddy.
But post a picture of a bear standing on a tree branch, a big old grizzly looking bear. And it's like a Reddit conversation. It says, my favorite thing is probably the scientific name of the grizzly bear. It's Ursus acris horribus. Ursus meaning bear in Latin and actros meaning bear in Greek. So literally a grizzly is a horrible bear. The Eurasian brown bear is Ursa actros actros. So literally bear. The most bear a bear can be. So bear, much roar. Wow. Also, the Arctic Circle is named for the bears, not the other way around. The circle with bears in it, and the Antarctic is the circle and continent away from bears.
Wow.
You're telling us the poles of our world are bear continent and anti-bear continent? Enter the bear circle.
That's right.
Yeah.
Just blew my mind.
I just learned all of you.
Loved
Joseph Spillers once again was Swawa's posting or whatever. Says it's like a tabloid paper. It says paralyzed teen learned to walk, hit by car, and paralyzed again.
Oh,
and it's a picture of a big hand reaching through the clouds that says, "I said, stay the fuck down."
Oh, shit.
And finally wrapping up round two here, we got front of the show, Shitpost Gateway. If you're not following Shitpost Gateway, then we're getting your gateway for your shitposts. It says, if you really think about it, it's a picture of the wonderful molded superhero Captain Planet.
Captain Planet.
Yep, he's our hero. And it says, if you really think about it, catalytic converters are pretty worthless until they're converted into drugs. Where's the line? And that's all I got for the inebriated round, because guess what? Once again, over to you, Sizemore.
I love that catalytic converters. I've got to be the #1 car part that comes up in Facebook for the blind. Remember just a little while ago when it was like people who listen to Kid Rock music know the exact value of a catalytic converter in grams of meth.
I had that one last week.
This round, the irradiated round, brought to you by the patron saint of cats, Saint Gertrude, patron saint of cats, and therefore single ladies with cats, and fuck JD Vance. Oh, here's a picture of Dolly Parton holding 2 cats. It says Dolly Parton gives $500 to every teen who graduates from high school in her home county, actually in Appalachia, and she does this while having 2 cats and no children. Fuck you, JD Vance. Albie at Albie Bryan says Dem strategists showed up with 25 bullet points on how to take down Vance, and some stoned Gen Z kid just said he fucked a couch, and now he has to do his interviews standing up via Zoom. Do you want me to come into the studio? Oh, and sit on the couch? No, you can just Zoom. You can just Zoom in, JD. I think it's wonderful. The best and worst of Twitter, too, longtime friends of the show, has a post from Nate Pence, says, I really like that we've shifted from where they go low, we go high to fuck these weird freaks.
Right?
I mean, and that is the meme in the zeitgeist, ladies and gentlemen. Best and worst of Twitter, too, making a second appearance with Hassan Smith, says, when you pull your favorite chair right up to the checkout counter to enjoy a hot dog. JD Vance clearly I mean, you assume he's pulled up a chair. I mean, I think that's a chair poking out from behind him, but at this point, I mean, I'm not even like he's got like locked knees and just like I'm gonna eat my hot dog here at the checkout counter. This is not a posed. Anyway, so stupid. Weird. That's what I'm saying. They're very weird. Friend of the show and founding father, George Hussein Cruikshank, as opposed to Ephraim, don't help me. Ephraim Stone at Test Stone writes, he says, as someone who actually grew up in deeply rural areas, I need y'all to understand the immense amount of money that it takes to do this and maintain this particular aesthetic brand. And we look down here and Niiice has posted this picture of like cowboy husband, bunch of kids. They're dressed like they're Amish, but it looks a little too new to be Amish, if you know what I mean, if you've been down to Arcola. And this big spread and a tablecloth and all this wooden furniture. And it says, so you're telling me you don't want to be married, have 6 kids, move to the country, buy a homestead, get baby cows, grow our own food, drink raw milk all day, and live happily ever after? And Ephraim Stone is saying, this is not what rural America looks like. This is a carefully built and deeply expensive form of theater. Rural theater needs to be rejected for what it is.
I do want to say that one time that guy was mean to me on Twitter, and I didn't block him, but I've never forgiven him for it.
Ephraim? Yeah.
I don't forget.
All right.
You're not a friend of the show. You're not a friend of the show.
All right, Ephraim. Ball's in your court. Friend of the show, Jackie Cation, has this post of an altered copy of JD Vance's book. And it says, International Story of a Boy from the Rust Belt Who Learned the Hard Way That Cat Ladies Vote. An international bestseller. Hillbilly Eulogy. How a childless cat lady is killed and ended my entire career. The Independent says, profound, with great insight into Trump and Brexit.
Yes.
So, I mean, guys, I know a lot of you are not following politics, but this has been the worst launch of a vice president ever.
It's been bad.
Here we have a picture of Jesus Christ of Nazareth sitting down with a woman on a park bench, and he's saying, don't listen to JD Vance. I didn't have any children either.
Like, how does JD Vance make the last guy, the governor of Indiana? How did he make Pence look good?
He liked the Tangerine Toddler, and the Tangerine Toddler was so refreshed by that perspective that he made him vice president. He's like, really? You don't mind the fact that I smell like diapers?
And tried to kill my last vice president.
Yeah. These are absolutely fantastic. The Political Feminist had this entire string of things that from the people of Appalachia firing back at fake carpetbagger JD Vance. Here we have that Nima saying JD Vance washes his cast iron skillet. Hashtag from he ain't from here. Captain Renault says in the dishwasher after he soaks it. That Nima responds in Dawn. Not the great value dish soap. The other John Edwards said, damn, you just laid hands on that man.
Yeah, that's rough.
Eli says, JD Vance thinks you cooked the green beans too long. Hashtag he ain't from here. BWT says, JD Vance thinks bluegrass is something the DARE officer warned him about. Hashtag he ain't from here. Babushka at Blanche Kalachek says, JD Vance doesn't know how to snap and string beans.
Damn. Deep cuts.
Lass at PieCap says, JD Vance likes unsweetened tea.
Oh, they went below the belt. They went below the belt.
BWT says, JD Vance's crock pot buckets are full of margarine. Aaron Morris says, in JD Vance's house, this contains cookies, and it's the Royal Danish cookies.
That's for buttons, spare change, lint.
Yeah.
Sewing kit.
My grandmother's sewing kit.
Band-Aids.
Yeah, Band-Aids.
For sure.
Friend of the show, Denatra, making the second appearance in the show, has a picture of JD Vance and a Teddy Ruxpin. Says JD Vance is what happens if you stick a Kid Rock cassette in a Teddy Ruxpin doll.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Bow to cat ladies. And finally wrapping out the way too much JD Vance round. JD Vance is the Sarah Palin of Dan Quayles. From Vote Blue No Matter Who, a sentiment that is not a friend of Facebook for the Blind, but alas, I didn't have time to edit it. And that wraps up my irradiated round for July 30th. Episode number 169. Handing it back to you, Michael.
Here we go. We're at round 3, the penultimate round, kicking it off with Joshua Ehrlich.
Hey, Josh.
At joshuaehrlich.bsky.social says, JD, no, that's not what intersectional means.
Oh!
Tatum at 51st Tates.
Hail Tatum.
Hail Tatum says, asked my therapist who their therapist was and went to see them. Asked them the same thing until I got to the final boss therapist and defeated them with my train wreck of a life.
Wow.
The Onion,
Nice.
friend of the show, The Onion, and Eric's former employer has a picture of Hillary Clinton shaking hands with Kamala Harris, and it says, really, really, really happy for you, Kamala, says Hillary Clinton, not letting go of handshake.
Right?
The Muff Report, friend of the show, The Muff Report. They have a headline here that says, Boston man tries to, quote, fill scuba tank with weed smoke, end quote, loses testicles. And the Muff Report says, this is the world's fastest plot twist.
He flew too close to the sun.
Too pure for this world. Lil Arab at Sweaty Harry says, sorry, man. These names are killing me. Says, I feel like if someone got me angry enough, I could dunk a basketball. I forgot I had that one in here.
Nice.
All right. I really feel like that too. I know it's not like physics, but it does feel true. Trash can's back. It's a picture of a guy with a black baseball cap on. He's got sunglasses on. He's got a couple of shades. He's wearing a Duke t-shirt and he's wearing gray sweatpants. And he's walking toward the door. It says, me getting ready to go outside after finding out the heat has been stroking people. Moving on. It's a picture of JD Vance, and it says, my girl's stupid thick. And it's just a close-up picture of a couch that from this angle looks like a big ass.
No.
And my last meme for this round, the penultimate round, leaving only my post with the most, is meme.ig. Timed Perfection at perfection_time says, your belly button is just your old mouth. And Memes IG says, I was having a good day. We were all having a good day. And that's it for round 3, the penultimate round, leaving only my post with the post. Back to you, Brain.
All right, let's try it. Here we go. And I'm on the wrong thing. Damn. What the hell happened to my memes, buddy?
Where are my memes?
Here's the memes.
How are we all suffering Eric's inability with technology tonight?
I'm having a great night.
Because somehow he said, oh, well, I'm not having technical difficulties tonight, and then still took 20 minutes to do the news. Okay.
God damn, I love you, Brain.
I wouldn't know. I have no sense of time.
And
You say so.
I love you. You didn't think I was gonna wear the Godzilla hat without doing the Godzilla meme, did you? Of course you didn't. Here we have somebody who scribbled the name way too hard for me to read, but I'm pretty sure Scott Hilburn. He has Godzilla holding up a candle, and behind his back he has a fly swatter. And here comes Mothra, like a moth would, right to the light of that candle, and it says, "Little did Mothra know Godzilla played dirty."
Hell yeah.
Bam, 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 bam. Put your fucking names on your cartoons, people. I drew this one. No, I didn't. Somebody just, I'm going to go with CD just because back over here in the building back there, it looks like it says the initial CD. So we're going to call this one CD. And
CD's nuts.
there you go. And we have a cartoon of a giant anaconda snake sitting in his office on his office chair, and he has 3 gigantic lumps in him. And he's answering the call and says, "Another salesman? Sure, Rosie. I think I can squeeze him in."
Nice.
Oh no.
Giant anaconda snake.
I'm
is
all
my
for
nickname
snakes eating snakes. Snakes eating snakes. I'm sorry, Michael. I stepped on you. What'd you say?
No. Everybody knows what I said. I said it was my nickname in the army. Giant anaconda dick joke. Moving on.
That was
Yeah.
not your nickname. You know it.
I did forget to tell you, I was never delusional enough to think that my anger would make me jump high enough to dunk a basketball, but I am delusional enough to think that my anger, it makes me tough enough to like fight people. That one's worse. It's worse, bro. You just get your feelings.
I feel like if I could get mad enough, I could grow a whole beard.
Right, through sheer will.
If I get mad enough, I can stop growing a beard.
Hey, that's the secret ingredient to this thing: rage and hatred.
Here we have Sunny Street with a picture of Darth Vader chilling in his chair, sipping his coffee or tea, with his helmet up on his mantle and his bald ass injured head, and his cup says "World's Best Dad," and he is drinking that tea with his own cut off hand. Nope, it's not his. It's his son's. His has been deteriorated for many of years at this point. Yes, that is Luke's hand. World's best dad, buddy. Moving along, we have, I'm pretty sure I got this one off the Funny or Offensive. And here we have a picture of 2 legs. On the right, it says above knee. On the left, we have a package of bologna. BOLOGNA. How's that song? You just say boo because you want to fry that bologna.
Yeah, but that's
Nailed it.
Funny or offensive again. I guess friend of the show, I don't know, has the picture of who's this guy again, TD?
Matthew McConaughey.
Oh yeah.
And what's this meme from? He's smoking the shit out of that cigarette.
I think it's from that True Detective show he did on HBO a while back.
Okay, I never watched it, but I heard it was good. And it says, watching the black and blue crowd choose a literal felon over a little law enforcement.
It is fun to watch. Fuck, it's fun.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't get political too often, but I mean, I would have to. I legit. Okay, real quick before I go on to the next one, I legit had someone pass me yesterday a cannabis cigarette. It was literally a cigarette form, weed cigarette, and it like hit like a weed, like a cigarette, but it was all weed, and it was amazing.
Did it have any THC in it? Because there's guys back here that have those that have no THC.
No. Like this is just THC. It's just in a cigarette format and looks and smokes like a cigarette, but it's only a weed joint. It like made but like bought in a tin like design, not rolled up. It was crazy. It was some new age shit. I don't know. I don't know if I'm into it, but fuck, I'll probably smoke it like that. When I was thinking of this meme, I was smoking it like McConaughey. It just goes. Yeah. And here we have, looks like this one says deliberately buried. Does it say deliberately buried?
Deliberately buried.
And that person drew a picture of the Ultimate Warrior in a suit next to Andre the Giant in a suit. And it says here, the ultimate lawyer, Andre, the client.
How dare you desecrate Andre like this?
I wanted to make you read it, TD. I did, but you already harassed you too much. I did, because I'm like, you're the only other wrestling fan here that I know. So I I'm gonna go with that. We got Nate Fakes. Nate Fakes puts a picture of we're not gonna say that's a Snickers bar because it's called a Snookers, but that's a Snickers bar. And he just didn't want to get sued, so my bad, Nate. And it is a picture of Mr. Snookers, and he's backing a white woman off. Karen is running up on him at the pool, and she's like all surprised. I'm finna call management, sir. What the fuck is this shit floating in the pool? And he's like, it's not what you think. That's my son.
We've all seen Caddyshack.
Yeah, I was gonna say Caddyshack immediately.
Right. And I'm like, you zoom in. I don't know, sir. Is that your son? I don't know, Snickers. Nate Fakes, we need to know. Here we got I can't read what the fuck, Bayer. And it is the Grim Reaper sitting at his desk at home on his computer with his coffee, looking up his profiles, and he's thinking, this chick eats foods high in saturated fats, smokes 3 packs a day, and hasn't exercised a day in her life. Nice. And at the bottom we see it says deathmatch.com.
Oh,
Oh.
And now I'm like, did this one are these people looking for suicides then? Is that what they're telling me? Because deathmatch does not sound like they are dating. So I don't know. We're gonna end on this one. Mean Dave, one of my comedy mentors. Shouts out to Mean Dave.
hey, Mean
Finally
Dave.
that's why I text the group chat. I said I found one. Yeah. So here we have a meme that is mocking the mock of the, what is it called? Last
Supper.
Last Supper. And it has a family where there is TD, does this have any show significance or anything like that? Or anybody?
The girl in question kind of looks like she's doing a Crow cosplay. Also looks like a girl from the movie Idle Hands. Very goth.
But the family is not from nothing specific either, right?
Not that I can tell. No.
All right, cool. So it's just a mom and a dad sitting there at the dinner table, a long dinner table. They're sitting at both ends, and then the girl that Titty explained, kind of looking like the Crow or Sting when he was in WCW, Kiss maybe without so much exaggeration to the face paint, but definitely some white paint face and dark eyebrows and dark long hair with a black leather jacket, and very gothish. And it's I guess it's newsflash or whatever, and it says morons. The Olympics are possessed by Satan this year. Me, who never watches the Olympics. Can we watch the Olympics after dinner?
Hell yeah.
And that's how I'm gonna give it to you, TD. High five.
Dude, that's like
was it that hard? Was it that hard to give me something not shitty?
So I had to keep telling my Christian friends. I was like,
the algorithm put that Snickers joke last, and I purposely put that one so I wouldn't leave you shit.
Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate that.
All the air hugs.
All right. Okay, trying to make this quick here. Round 3, turkeys. Do this. All right, cool. Friend of the show, I like food at Messed Up Foods, has a picture of a Big Mac still in the box, but there's a giant bite taken out of the Big Mac and the box. Says, y'all ever just say fuck it and eat it with the shell on?
Jesus.
No.
is this showing? Is this working?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's good.
But yeah, don't jinx me like that. Okay, you knew it was coming. Front of the show, Total Buddy. See you at poker on Friday. Satan.
Hail, Satan.
What up?
It's a picture of Spider-Man laying in bed, all cozy and stuff. It says, I like to play this game called Nap Roulette. Take a nap and not set an alarm. Will it be 20 minutes or 4 hours? Nobody knows. It's risky, and I like it. Hell yeah.
Yep. Whoa.
Weird and wacky Illinois history and beyond from our friend Joe the Animal. Says when
Hey,
someone says they want their hot dog Chicago style, and it's a hot dog getting mustard applied to it by a giant red plastic pistol, revolver style even.
This does not deserve to be this funny, Joe.
Joe bringing the heat. Hourly shit post, friend of the show, hourly shit post, and yeah, it's not just a gimmick. Says it's got a picture of a person sitting at a desk at a computer. Says no, slouched shoulders, bent wrist, and then it says yes. The guy's outside the window. Says running into the woods, never to be seen again. Hell yeah!
That is a lot better. Better for your shoulders.
Better for your shoulders. Funny side of life. I don't know you. It says me. Hi, yes. I was hoping to get some energy from this, and it says coffee, but it's the two guys from Pawn Stars with a coffee cup superimposed over one of their heads. It says best I can do is poop. Bring it around, Libyan. Bring it around.
Who's got the current poop score?
Yeah, I don't know. Funny side of life again for someone I don't know. I just featured you twice. It says, people, how do you stay so calm and level-headed when everyone else is freaking out over the economy? And it's the two from Old Sunny. It says, those people have no idea how to live without money. They're what's called new poor. We're old poor.
That's right. God damn it.
Trained.
We're old poor.
Trained. Oh, Chris.
Oh yeah, we've been used to this shit. Hold on. Yes, friend of the show, Chris Garner. Hey, buddy.
Hey.
Says they don't have any. He says, do they have any? He goes, I don't know. And it's a box at Walmart. And it's I think it's empty. It says invisible tape, 87 cents.
Hey.
Well played, Chris. Well played.
Do they have any?
And finally, wrapping up round 3 here. Friend of the show, Renee. Hi, Renee.
Hey, Renee.
It says 2024 schools will be closed due to high winds. 1983 tornado happening. Go in the hall and put a book over your head. Also, we're having pizza for lunch. Gen X, baby.
Yup. And I was excited for it. Exciting pizza.
God.
Exciting
Yeah,
pizza.
I have a recipe for that flat school pizza. I'll be making it soon.
I didn't even
and that's
know
all I
they
got.
Back then.
Nice. Taking it
Invite
over
me.
for the penultimate round. Where's my screen? Can you see my screen?
I see
Yeah.
it. It's right there.
You guys see my screen? Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Friend of the show, Joe Connon, has posted this. It says, I know it's a hoax, but I think it's only fair that JD's couch becomes the next Hunter's laptop. And
Yeah.
to quote Stephen Colbert, we have to refuse to use the hashtag cushion pushing JD Vance. So don't stoop to that. Friend of the show,
No.
Trayvon Trayvon says the couch story is totally distracting from the fact that JD Vance had his publisher reprint Hillbilly Elegy last month so he could update it to admit to fucking the Dune popcorn bucket during a screening of Civil War. Remember the Dune popcorn bucket? Remember this? Remember?
You never forget your first.
Yeah. That was an affordable fleshlight for many boys in this country. Sarah at Sabla had said, babe, are you okay? You've barely fucked your Dune 2 promotional popcorn bucket. Remember the before times? Anyway, here's JD Eyeliner, the original from Dr. David A. Lustig says, in his dreadful novel, Hillbilly Elegy, JD Vance described having sex with a rubber glove secured between cushions on his couch. Republicans chose him to be one heartbeat away from becoming POTUS. Voters in North Carolina, the U.S. furniture capital, should be particularly horrified. Where it all started. Here we have from friend of the show, Stephen Abram, a picture of a white guy in a jacket, apparently interviewing a black woman in a jacket. And he says, how does it feel to be hired just because of your race and gender? And she says, you tell me.
Yeah. That's good.
Nice.
Yep.
Here's Mike Scollins, writer for Seth Meyers, says, AP fact check, no, JD Vance did not have sex with a couch. And Mike says, damn, imagine getting turned down by a couch.
Oh.
This is your stupid thick girl meme, but next to it is Ginny Hogan saying, the best part of the JD Vance couch rumor is that it proves that while millions of people bought Hillbilly Elegy, very few would actually get through it.
Yeah.
That's the word on the street. Jay Black is funny says, scandal. Even though JD Vance claims to be pro-life, records show that in 2003 he paid for an abortion for his couch.
Oh.
Nice.
Jack E. Smith, friend of the show, Jack Smith says JD Vance's couch is polling higher than JD Vance right now.
Damn.
And Scholerin ED says, also, JD Vance is probably polling his couch right now.
Oh, God, no.
There were a lot of permutations on beautiful couches. Couches that speak to 13 and 14-year-old boys the way that a Victoria's Secret catalog popping up in my world also spoke to me. A lot of couches, a lot of couches.
Go back to. I want you to go back to that. That is fucking.
Yeah.
That's an ass.
That's actually a couch threesome looking to happen. That is two love seats
two
next to each
couches.
other. That's two love
And-
seats with their arms pressed together, looking to make
Go
sweet,
forward
sweet love.
one.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Up until this moment, I was really judging JD Vance.
Really? Really? Even after your feelings for the Dune popcorn bucket?
That was different. That was an adventure. First of all, that's not even from this world, so it doesn't count.
Hey, we don't kink shame here on Facebook for the Blind.
Whole different universe.
Moving on, we have Mrs. Vance laying in bed, and it's the classic man in bed meme, and his girlfriend is saying he's probably thinking about other women. He's thinking soft, brown, Corinthian leather sofa. Nick Monices has a picture here of a man wrapping a couch in plastic, and it says, shown how to cock block JD Vance. Here we have another famous blast from the past internet fame person. The man who sang the Bed Intruder song, Antoine Dodson here from Gabe Sanchez, says, whatever you do, do not let JD Vance near your couch. And we have here Antoine Dodson saying, if JD Vance is around, hide your couch.
Hide your kids, hide your wives.
Hide your kids, hide your wife. JD Vance is coming around. Here we have Rick James on a couch saying, fuck your couch.
No.
And a two-panel of Rick James saying, fuck your couch, followed by Michael Jordan, labeled JD Vance saying, and I took that personally.
Twice with the
Best and worst of Twitter, too, appearing for the third time, has Chase Mitchell saying, unfortunately, JD Vance did not fuck a couch, but I do hope this rumor keeps building enough that he has to publicly say, I did not fuck a couch. Anti-QAnon memes making their first appearance, which is weird because I live there, has this picture from Tim Allen's Tool Time. He says, today on Tool Time, we're going to show you how to reupholster your couch. And there's JD Vance saying, and I'm going to make sweet, sweet love to it, Tim.
God, no.
Oh, taking you back. Here we have a bunch of sperm swimming. Says, I can't wait to be a politician like my dad. And the other one says, brother, we're between the cushions of a Costco sleeper sofa.
Oh, no.
Here we have the Simpsons, and Lisa is pointing out their broken couch, and it's labeled, and that is why we won't ask JD Vance to house sit ever again.
Stop it.
Denatra, a friend of the show, fourth time in the show, says Todd Holloman has a quote here. The Olympics went woke and gay. My brothers and sisters in Christ, I'd like to introduce you to the ancient Greeks. Double bonus posted in ancient socialist cat memes, friend of the show. The best and worst of Twitter making a fifth appearance here says Matt Michelatis says, so sick of the Olympics mocking the Christian faith. And we have a guy on the rings, and he's like hanging in the T position, and it's been captioned, nailed it.
Oh, God, no.
The alcoholic academic pointed out that during the ceremonies when they had the singing with Marie Antoinette holding her head, that enemy of the show, Elon Musk, said this was extremely disrespectful to Christians. On Marie Antoinette beheaded, and Natalie says reject degeneracy, but the alcoholic academic points out, I wonder why a billionaire was offended by this.
Yeah.
I don't know, just a thinker there. Friend of the show, Stephen Abram with the second appearance here. Them, the Olympics was turned woke and gay. Me, so you prefer it go back to how it started? Them, yes. Well, if you say so. The first Olympic Games, 1776 BC, super naked and gay. Super naked and gay. And there's a portrayal there. Anti-QAnon memes rounding out this segment with, oh, my sweet baby Jesus. Now Fox News is mocking the Last Supper. Because there's also about 20 of them wrapped around a table with lighting, with backlighting. It's Woo! Craziness. That has wrapped up an insanely long amount of things. We didn't even cover half of it, but there were more memes than Bernie's mittens. Handing it back to you, Michael, for your post with the most.
All right, Eric, here we go with my post with the most. This week comes from Horse Ebooks at horse_ebooks, who just says, everything happens so much. And God, it was so true. When I saw this come across, I had to repost it. I wanted to pay special attention that this has 107,000 likes, 96,000 reposts, and 3.6 thousand bookmarks on Twitter. Everything happens so much.
So much. Too much.
What was your post with the most brain damage?
All right. This one, I gotta be honest. The top is cut off. I don't know who posted it, but I'm pretty sure I still got this off the fuck. Is it you find it funny or find it offensive? Somebody said the world was supposed to end in 2012. What the fuck is taking so long?
Amen. Amen, brother.
Adam W. I want to say West. Who cares? Says Jesus is scared to come back ever since we invented nail guns.
Oh.
Hey.
Love it.
That's my posted it up with the most. There you go, TD.
So right. So wrong.
Thanks for nailing it with that one there, big guy.
Oh,
All right.
Put a bacon like Chris and Snoop.
All right. It helped me get through this one, folks. I posted this a while back. I said zombies are just recycled people. And friend of the show, my brother, my best friend, my best man at my second wedding, may he rest in peace, my buddy Jason Mays commented, so what you're saying is zombies are God going green.
Yeah.
And I when that came up in my memories the other day, that made me smile. So y'all get that today. That's my post with the most.
Yeah.
Nice. My posts with the most were a lot of artwork that was just crazy. People were doing Kamala Harris as like Captain America, except this is AI and doesn't really look like her. Had a movie poster here, Attack of the Competent Woman, you know what I mean? Picking up cars and stuff, really impressive. This one I think was actually legit the most one. Again, Captain America, and somebody was like, is this AI? And I was like, well, there is a third arm coming out of this other Captain America's head in the background for some reason. So yeah, it's AI. People aren't like painting this at home very quickly, but the communists are hilarious, man. But this was on day 2. They were already cranking it out. Famous communist Doug says people have lost their grip. And I was like, yeah, I'm loving it. I love political art. It's the only reason I'm on Facebook still. My post with the most, though, was from Hagel Borg, trademark, no relation. Says, I have a mental illness that makes me think that people will change their minds if I present the correct arguments with the appropriate facts and data.
Oh, God, yes.
Several friends says, it never works. And I was like, unfortunately, I am the conservative whisperer, and I've had 2 or 3 of them tell me that I made them think. And that is the best of all possible worlds that can be hoped for. So I win. That officially wraps up a fully and wholly legally binding episode of Facebook for the Blind for July 30th, 2024. We love you. Mwah!
Love you, George.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to an episode of Facebook for the Blind. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.